That call confirming just what we're looking to hear. The soft capture ring is retracting. We're looking sensors to indicate it'll be time for hooks to drive, create that firm hold on Crew Dragon. So this can take several minutes, maybe about 10 minutes, but slow and steady wins the race. Crew Dragon is now at the International Space Station. This view over the shoulder of our commander, our pilot Mike Hopkins and Victor Glover. They are watching this all unfold via these 3 displays.
We've got so much.
So once again, we had contact, soft capture confirmed at the International Space Station for Crew Dragon at 8:01 p.m. Pacific time, 1 p.m. Eastern time. Both vehicles were flying 262 statute miles over Idaho. We're now in capture ring retract period. We'll be looking for that ring to retract fully. These sensors will indicate that we are ready to first with the International Space Station. That's called the hard capture. And that means it'll be time after that to begin lead checks, or taking off their suits for the crew. Eventually hatch opening. So all those steps might take a couple of hours, but we will be here for their first steps inside the space station, for their first floats inside the space station. Heard the soft capture ring retract is complete. And MCS stands for Motion Control System. We are handing off from the Russian thrusters to the U.S. gyroscopes. The other voice you heard was that of NASA astronaut Kate Rubins, monitoring the arrival of her 4 new crewmates inside Crew Dragon. We're going smoothly. We're currently awaiting that hard capture to be complete, as it take about 10 minutes. Confirmation, we are now on gyroscopes on the
Dragon and Loop, MCS configured, proceeding with hook driving.
Good news.
2 copies, thanks.
Good news indeed. MCS, the motion control system configuration is complete. We have now moved gyroscopes instead of Russian thrusters, meaning the hard capture sequence has begun. Pacific Ocean. And they are waiting for the sun to set on orbit. Crew Dragon will be able to use its infrared to spot that docking target on the APAS hatch on Node 2. And then they'll be able to proceed, leaving waypoint a 5-minute journey approximately to docking.
And I should correct what I mentioned earlier, for the sun to go down so that they don't have any shadows, so that Dragon can actually see clearly and locate itself with that docking port.
As a reminder, we had a confirmation that the soft capture ring extended. That'll be the first part of capture. The soft capture ring. There are also rotaries that will soften the contact once Dragon's soft capture ring comes in contact with the International Space Station, and then the ring will retract. Sensors indicate it'll be time for hooks to drive. We're looking for 12 hooks, 2 different gangs of 6, to firmly secure Dragon to the inner station. That entire process, from contact to hard capture, can take about 13 minutes. We'll be standing by the entire time to make sure all of that goes smoothly, but everything looking good right now for Crew Dragon, still holding about 20 meters away from the International Space Station. We might be about a minute away from sunset, so we should be hearing that call that they're ready to proceed. And there's also no need for the crew to fly Dragon. This is all happening autonomously. Just a few more seconds until sunset, and you can see it did get quite a bit darker. And that flash on the Node 2 docking port coming from Crew Dragon. I do like the crew to be able to see this docking, even though it's autonomous. That helps them where they're at and take control if need be. However, all of Dragon's systems looking good and by for that departure from waypoint 2, 20 meters away from the International Space Station.
We are currently go on the ground for docking, but we are waiting for the crew to confirm if they are ready. We are waiting for the crew to confirm.
From Dragon on the big loop. Looks to us like sunset, and we'll get the lights strobing. We can see the target, and so we are going to proceed. Visors are down.
Copy. You are go to proceed and visors are down. That's great to hear. We will be commanding the resume shortly, and as a reminder, once the crew hands off point, retreat and breakout are not permitted.
And copy zone.
We've got confirmation that we have go from the crew. So they will procedure shortly. We'll start approaching that docking adapter that you see on your screen. Get close enough, we will do a soft capture, followed by the insertion of the pins for the hard.
We also heard the Corps mention once that we reach the crew hands-off point, that's here. Retreat and breakout are not permitted. And that would be from the crew. The vehicle can still abort, but as we said, everything continuing to look good for Crew Dragon, ready to depart waypoint 2. Final approach has begun. Crew Dragon moving in toward the International Docking Adapter on Node 2. Kate Rubin standing by on the International Station, monitoring their approach.
And this should only take approximately 5 minutes. Not too.
Their arrival at the interstation today will be coming about 27 and a half hours since their liftoff last night at 7:27 p.m. Eastern Time from Kennedy Space Center in the Falcon 9 rocket.
We are now about 15 meters, just about 3 minutes from docking.
Very steady movements for Crew Dragon making its way to the International Space Station. For soft capture first, with the soft capture ring already extended. Once we have soft capture, the ring will retract and bring us into a hard capture. That should take about 13 minutes for that entire process, carrying us to the International Space Station. And then we'll move into leak checks.
And SpaceX from Dragon on the big loop, we show 10 meters. We've got visuals.
Great to hear. We see 10 meters as well.
Even though it looks very slow right now, both Dragon and the International Space Station are traveling about 500 miles an hour over Earth right now, both about 262 statute miles over the planet. We heard just a few moments ago, too, that the crew had reached 10 International Space Station, so already halfway there from waypoint 2.